Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This church is St Cenaus or Cenaus, which is in Llangenny. By luck, I stumbled upon this church when I was on the way to St Cenaus Church, which I've just done a video a few days ago, which you can watch at the end of this video. That's about 5 miles up the road. But yeah, as I drove past, I saw this one, which I didn't even know existed, and had to stop and have a look. This is a really nice 15th century church, but unfortunately the doors were closed, so I couldn't get inside. So one day I'd love to come back here and do like a proper tour inside as well. There's a few nice yew trees here, and one is ancient, and there's a lot of really interesting gravestones. Now, when I first started the channel, I intended in talking a lot about astrology and its link to the churches, and I haven't really got to that in a minute. So I've decided to start adding stuff to the videos, um, and today we're going to talk about symbology. Now, I've been studying symbology for many years, so I won't make it too complicated. We'll start off quite simple on these videos, and then as we go on with different ones, we'll go to more complicated ideas. But yeah, the church is full of symbology, and these gravestones, none of them are done by chance. Every symbol means something. So we'll go through a couple of them that I found at this church today. So symbols in general are like both good and evil. They can be used for good and bad. Once you know symbols, and you'll see what the elites, when they've got their secret codes, then you can really start decoding, the world we live in. Now this gravestone is really nice, and it's quite unique. I haven't really seen anything like this, and it looks like an upside down cross. So you may think, oh, this is satanic, or it's anti-religious, but I believe this is a St Peter's cross, which is very Christian. And I'll put up a little picture now of what it means. It says here, St Peter felt he was not worthy to be crucified the same way Christ was, so he was crucified upside down. Now, obviously, all these stories come from the Bible, but you were never supposed to take them literally when it's talking about crucifixion. And in fact, when they talk about St. Peter in the Bible, they're actually talking about the planet Jupiter. So here in Wales, there's so many really interesting gravestones. And from future visits, I'm going to really pinpoint on the really special ones and decode them. And I'll talk about them in much more depth. And let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. And I know that if you're a Christian, this will upset you, so you shouldn't watch this channel. It's not really about Christianity as you know it. So here in this church, there's a couple of these really nice yew trees, and they look to be about 500 or 600 years old, and that's roughly when the church was kind of made. So I would say they kind of planted these yews when they made the church itself. There's a few really nice Celtic crosses here, and I've mentioned them before in previous videos. But the Celtic cross is very misunderstood, and it deserves its own video. So I'll definitely make a video just about the Celtic cross and actually what it represents. So I managed to take a little peek through the window, And the church looks so nice inside that I definitely will come back here one day. Now this one is a really interesting grave site, like a monument, and it is absolutely full of symbology, and it's definitely Masonic. And even though it doesn't actually have the classic Freemason symbol on it, it has a few other things here. And you've got to remember, this was a secret society in the old days. So firstly, the most obvious thing is the shape. This is clearly an obelisk, which originally comes from the ancient Egyptians, but was adopted by the Freemasons as one of their symbols. It's actually a phallic symbol. The next little symbol here is the word wisdom. Why would you write wisdom on a gravestone? Is it because this person thought he was very wise because he had secret knowledge handed down to him, through the Freemasons himself? And lastly, and probably the most obvious symbol here, the all-seeing eye. Now, you could say this is just God watching, but the all-seeing eye is a massive Freemason symbol, and you'll notice that many of the celebrities and musicians, etc., they'll cover one eye. This is to show their allegiance to the Freemasons. And although it hasn't really got anything to do with churches and stuff, I will do a video about that because, this is old knowledge to me. But if you don't know about these symbols, you will be shocked and amazed. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm going to do a lot more of this type of video from now on. And I don't really care if it upsets people. That's not really my problem. The truth does hurt, but the truth is the truth, and it always will be. If you can do me a favour and like and subscribe to the channel, you'd really help me, as I've still only got not many people watching, and I'd like to spread the word a bit more. Thanks very much.